Top of the morning to ya. Crosso. Good afternoon. What? Good afternoon, my good sir. Bonjour. Hola. Ciao. Hello. Guten Tag. And many, many others, which I know. Good afternoon, good sir. Have a cup of tea this afternoon? I would love to have one. But no. Instead, we're doing and talking about the classic European game of football. I think we can all agree that it's left the best to last. And with the Euros coming up in this sort of summer period coming up, it seems fitting that I should have ended with the Europe. I will be going through each of the best footballer from each of the countries of Europe. I may have missed some, but I've tried not to. Please tell me in the comments if I have. And let's stop waffling and get back into it. So for Iceland, I've gone with Gylfi Sigurdsson. Gylfi took part in the 2008 Under-19s European Championship qualifying, where he scored twice in qualification and twice in the elite round. But Iceland lost out to group winners Bulgaria by 3 points and missed out in the finals. In November 2007, Gylfi made his under-21s debut for Iceland, playing 30 minutes against Germany in a 3-0 loss. He made his first appearance in the 2009 European Under-21 Championship qualifying 4 days later, coming on as an extra time substitute, and played in the remaining matches. In Iceland's last match, he scored the opener against Slovakia, but Slovakia's Miroslav Stoch equalised to make it 1-1. Iceland failed to qualify for the playoffs, but made a bright start to the 2011 campaign. He made his campaign debut in October against San Marino, scoring a brace within 16 minutes in a 6-0 thrashing. In May 2010, Gylfi made his full Iceland debut in a convincing 4-0 win over Andorra and provided the assist for the second goal from a free kick. Gylfi helped Iceland's under-21s side reach the 2011 UEFA European Under-21 Championship, playing in both playoff legs against Scotland as Iceland won 4-2 on aggregate. In the second leg, Gylfi scored 2 second-half goals to ensure Iceland won the match 2-1. On the 13th of October 2014, Gylfi scored both goals, one of which was a penalty, as Iceland defeated the Netherlands in a UEFA Euro 2016 qualifying match. In reverse fixture, the following the 3rd of September at the Amsterdam Arena, he converted another spot kick for the only goal of the match. After Gregory van der fouled Berke Bjarnason. Gylfi was selected for UEFA Euro 2016. On the 18th of June, he scored Iceland's goal in their second group stage match against Hungary, a 1-1 draw at the Stade Velodrome. In May 2018, Gylfi was named in Iceland's 23-man squad for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. During the group stage match against Croatia, he scored a penalty in the 76th minute, but Iceland lost 2-1 and were eliminated at the group stage. Gylfi scored a brace against Romania on the 8th of October 2020, which saw Iceland earn a place in the playoffs for a chance for a place at the UEFA Euro 2020 final tournament. For the Faroe Islands, I've gone with Johan Simon Edmundsson. Edmundsson was capped at under-19s and under-21s, during which he scored a memorable goal in a shock 1-0 win over Russia, and full international level while playing in his homeland, making his debut against France in August 2009. He scored his first senior goal in the 2-1 defeat to Estonia on the 11th of August 2010. This was the first goal of the UEFA Euro 2012 qualifying. On the 14th of November 2014, he scored the only goal of the game to defeat Greece in Piraeus, the Faroes' first competitive victory since June 2011. For Norway, I've gone with Erling Haaland. Although also eligible to play for England, where he was born, Haaland chose Norway and has represented them at various age groups, with Norway's under-19s On the 27th of March 2018, he scored a hat-trick against Scotland in a 5-4 victory to help Norway secure their qualification to the 2018 UEFA European Under-19s Championship. On the 22nd of July 2018, Haaland scored a penalty against Italy in a 1-1 draw during the 2018 tournament finals. On the 30th of May 2019, Haaland scored 9 goals in Norway's Under-20s 12-0 win against Honduras Under-20s at the 2019 FIFA Under-20s World Cup in Lublin in Poland. This was Norway's Under-20s biggest ever win and Honduras Under-20s heaviest ever defeat. This also sets a new Under-20s World Cup record for the most goals scored by a single player in a match, and also the biggest win by any team in the history of the tournament. Despite the Norwegians being eliminated in the group stage and Haaland not scoring in any of the matches of the tournament, he won the Golden Boot as the competition's top goal scorer. That just proves how ridiculous the scoreline was, I think. After the impressive performance at the Under-20s World Cup and a good run of form with Red Bull Salzburg, scoring 6 goals in the first 4 matches of the 2019-20 Austrian Bundesliga season, Haaland was named by manager Lars Lagerbäck in Norway's senior team squad on the 28th of August 2019 to face Malta and Sweden in UEFA Under Euro 2020's qualifying matches. He made his senior national team debut on 5th of September 2019 against Malta. On the 4th of September 2020, Haaland scored his first international goal for Norway in the 2-1 loss against Austria in the 2020-21 UEFA Nations League B. On the 7th of September 2020, he scored a brace in a victory against Northern Ireland. On the 11th of October 2020, Haaland scored his first international hat-trick in Norway's 4-0 win over Romania in a Nations League B match, bringing his tally for the nation's team to 6 goals in 6 matches played. For Denmark, I've gone with Christian Eriksen. Eriksen was called up to the Denmark national under-17s football team in July 2007 and impressed in his debut for the team on the 31st of July. In 2008, he scored 9 goals in 16 games for the under-17s and was named Danish Under-17 Talent of the Year by the Danish FA. He was also one of 4 nominees for the 2008 Danish Talent of the Year award, which was won by Mathias Jorgensen. He played 27 games for the Under-17s team until February 2009. He played a total of 8 games for the Denmark's Under-18s and Denmark Under-19s team during 2009. Eriksen was also called up for the Danish Under-21 squad to the European Championship in Denmark 2011. The Danish team only participated in the group stage, and Eriksen scored a goal against Belarus. Eriksen received his first senior Denmark call-up in February 2010, making his debut in Denmark's friendly match against Austria in March, to become Denmark's 4th youngest full international, being the youngest debutant since Michael Laudrup. On the 28th of May 2010, Denmark coach Morten Olsen announced that Eriksen would be part of the final squad of the 23 participating in the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa. He was the youngest player participating in the tournament. At the World Cup, Eriksen played 2 matches against the Netherlands and Japan, but Denmark were unable to progress beyond the group stage. On the 9th of February 2011, in a 2-1 friendly loss at home against England, Eriksen was named man of the match and was praised for his performance by a number of prominent footballing figures, including Chelsea star Frank Lampard, Man United star Rio Ferdinand, which he did on Twitter, manager Martin Olsen, and several media experts in Denmark and England. On the 4th of June 2011, Eriksen scored his first national team goal to give Denmark a 2-0 lead over Iceland in the Euro 2012 qualifier. In doing so, he became the youngest Danish player ever to score a goal in European qualification, being 9 days younger than Michael Laudrup when he scored his first goal in 1983. In the build-up to the 2018 FIFA World Cup, Denmark were drawn in the UEFA Group A alongside the likes of Poland and Romania. Eriksen played a key role during the nation's qualification campaign, during which time he netted 8 goals to earn Denmark a playoff against the Republic of Ireland. The first leg of the playoff ended in a 0-0 home draw before Eriksen netted a hat-trick in Dublin's Aviva Stadium in a 5-1 win to earn Denmark a spot of a World Cup. Eriksson's treble took his tally to 11 goals for the qualification campaign, bettered only by Poland's Robert Lewandowski of 16 and Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo of 15 in Europe, and earned the praise of national team manager Ajay Heride, who stated that Eriksson was one of the top 10 players in the world. In Denmark's opening match of the tournament, Eriksson assisted Yusuf Poulsen for the only goal in a 1-0 win over Peru, before scoring his first goal for the tournament in a 1-1 draw with Australia the following week. Denmark ultimately progressed from their group, after which they were drawn with Croatia in the round of 16. There, they were defeated after a penalty shootout, with Eriksson being one of 3 players to have his spot kick saved by Croatian goalkeeper Daniel Subasic. On the 9th of September 2018, Eriksson scored twice in a 2-0 win over Wales to lead Denmark to victory in the nation's inaugural 2018-19 UEFA Nations League B match. On the 14th of October 2020, Eriksson played his 100th match for Denmark, in which he scored a penalty in a 1-0 away win against England in the 2020-21 UEFA Nations League A. For Sweden, I've gone with Dejan Kulusevski. Born in Sweden to Macedonian parents, Kulusevski played for all Swedish youth national teams, as well as the Macedonian under-16s national team. He was called up to the Sweden national team for the first time in November 2019 for the UEFA Euro 2020 qualifying games against Romania and the Faroe Islands. For the senior national team, Kulusevski has said that his choice of allegiance was an easy one, since it was always his preference to represent Sweden. Kulusevski made his senior international debut for Sweden on the 18th of November 2019, coming on as a substitute for Ken Semmer in a 3-0 win against the Faroe Islands, in the last game of the Euro 2020 qualifying stage. On the 8th of September 2020, he made his first start for Sweden, playing 90 minutes before being substituted for Albin Ekdal in a 2-0 loss to Portugal in the 2020-21 UEFA Nations League. On the 14th of November 2020, Kulusevski scored his first international goal against Croatia in a 2-1 home win in the Nations League. For Finland, I've gone for Teemu Pukki. Pukki debuted in the Finland national team on the 4th of February 2009, when Stuart Baxter used him as a substitute against Japan in a friendly match played in Tokyo. He scored his 5th goal for his country on the 22nd of March 2013, scoring the equaliser as Finland recorded a 1-1 draw at reigning world and European champions Spain in the World Cup qualifying. In the 2018-19 UEFA Nations League, Finland won promotion from League C, and Pukki scored the only goal of each of the Finns' first 3 matches, at home against Hungary and home and away to Estonia. Pukki scored 10 goals in the UEFA Euro 2020 qualifiers to help Finland qualify to the first major tournament, UEFA Euro 2020, in their history. For Scotland, I've gone with Andrew Robertson. Robertson was selected by the Scotland under-21s team in October 2013, and he made his debut as a substitute in a 2-1 win against Slovakia. Robertson was selected for the under-21s team in November 2015, as the full national team did not have its fixture. Robertson was first named in the full Scotland squad for a friendly against Poland on the 5th of March 2014. He came on as a substitute in the second half as Scotland won 1-0 in Warsaw. Scotland manager Gordon Strachan said afterwards, Andy came on there, and the first time he picked it up, he drove about 30 yards. I thought, that's fantastic. Absolutely no grey area. I'm going to do what I do. I loved seeing that first touch. Robertson made his first start from the national team in a 2-2 draw with Nigeria on the 28th of May 2014. Robertson scored his first international goal in a friendly against England at Celtic Park in November 2014, scoring Scotland's only goal as they were beaten 3-1. On the 3rd of September 2018, Robertson was appointed as Scotland captain by manager Alex McLeish. After a 2-1 defeat against Israel in October 2018, Robertson said that both he and fellow left-back Kieran Tierney were being played out of position in the 3-5-2 system adopted by Alex McLeish to accommodate both players. In UEFA Euro 2020 qualifier against Cyprus on the 8th of June 2019, Robertson scored the opening goal of the game with a long-range strike. Scotland eventually won 2-1. In November, he was one of 5 Scotland players to withdraw from the national squad due to injury. In 2020, with Robertson again as captain, Scotland qualified for the UEFA Euro 2020 following a 5-4 win on penalties against Serbia. It will be Scotland's first major tournament appearance since 1998, ending a 22-year streak of not qualifying. For England, I've gone with Harry Kane. In January 2010, Kane was called up to play for the England under-17s team for the Algarve tournament in Portugal. Kane missed the 2010 UEFA European Under-17s Championship due to illness, with England going on to win the tournament in his absence. He later moved up to the Under-19s and scored twice in a 6-1 victory over Albania on the 8th of October 2010. Kane played a large role in the England Under-19s progression to the semi-finals of the 2012 UEFA European Under-19s Championship in Estonia. Kane scored the winner against France in the final group stage match to ensure the team a safe passage through to the semi-finals. In total, Kane appeared 14 times for England's under-19s and contributed 6 goals during that period. On the 28th of May 2013, he was named in manager Peter Taylor's 21-man squad for the 2013 FIFA Under-20s World Cup. He made his debut on the 16th of June in a 3-0 win in a warm-up match against Uruguay. He assisted Luke Williams' goal in the opening group stage match on the 23rd of June 2013 against Iraq. He then scored in the following match against Chile, collecting a pass after work done by Ross Barkley and firing in from the edge of the penalty area. On the 13th of August 2013, Kane made his debut for under-21s against Scotland. In that match, he came on as a substitute in the 58th minute, and England won 6-0. On the 10th of October, he scored a hat-trick for England under-21s against San Marino from the 2015 UEFA European Under-21 Champion qualification. He continued to score prolifically with his brace against France, making 13 goals in 12 matches for the under-21s. Kane was named in England's under-21s squad for the 2015 UEFA European Under-21s Championship in the Czech Republic, despite opposition from his club manager Mauricio Pochettino. He played every minute of England's campaign at the tournament, which ended with them being eliminated in last place in their group. Kane was also eligible for the Republic of Ireland for his father, who was born in Galway, but in August 2014 he ruled out switching allegiance, saying that he wanted to break into the England senior team. After a good run of form with Tottenham and being the 3rd top goal scorer in the Premier League with 16 goals, on the 19th of March 2015, Kane was named by manager Roy Hodgson in the England squad to face Lithuania in the UEFA Euros 2016 qualifying match and Italy in a friendly. He made his international debut at Wembley Stadium, replacing Wayne Rooney in the second half against Lithuania, and scored just 80 seconds later with a header from Raheem Sterling cross. On the 30th of March 2015, the day before the Italy match, Hodgson announced that Kane would start alongside Rooney, and he played the full 90 minutes of a 1-1 draw at the Juventus Stadium. In his next appearance on the 5th of September 2015, substitute Kane scored the 5th of England's 6 goals in a win over San Marino, which qualified them for UEFA Euros 2016. Kane scored his 3rd England goal against Switzerland in another qualifier 3 days later, which they won 2-0. On the 12th of October 2015, as England finished their qualification campaign with a 10th win from 10 matches. Kane's shot hit the post for an own goal by Lithuanian goalkeeper Giedrius Arlauskis in a 3-0 away victory. On the 22nd of May 2016, Kane opened the scoring in a 2-1 friendly win over Turkey at the City of Manchester Stadium, but later missed a penalty. He was the first England player to fail to score from the penalty spot during a game since Frank Lampard had done so in 2010. And the first to miss the target since Peter Crouch had done so in 2006. At the European Championship in France that June, Kane was assigned to take corner kicks, a tactic which was criticised by pundits, but defended by Hodgson, who said that Kane was the best for that role. On the 10th of June 2017, Kane captained England for the first time in their 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifier with Scotland at Hampden Park, scoring an added time equaliser to rescue a 2-2 draw. On the 5th of October, he scored an added time winner against Slovenia, which confirmed England's qualification to the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Kane was named in the 23-man England squad for the 2018 FIFA World Cup and was made captain. On the 18th of June, Kane scored both of England's goals in a 2-1 win over Tunisia. His winning goal came deep in injury time in the team's opening group game of the World Cup. In the next group match of 24th of June, Kane scored a hat-trick in England's 6-1 win over Panama, which was England's largest ever World Cup victory. With his 3 goals against Panama, Kane became the third English player to score a hat-trick in a World Cup match after Geoff Hurst against West Germany in the 1966 final and Gary Lineker against Poland in 1986. Kane scored his 6th goal of the finals as England overcame Colombia in the round of 16, scoring a penalty in a match that finished 1-1 after 120 minutes, also scoring in the penalty shootout as England prevailed 4-3. This was the first time that England had managed to win a penalty shootout at the World Cup. Kane didn't score again for the rest of the tournament as England finished in 4th place after losing 2-0 to Belgium in the 3rd place playoff. However, his 6 goals in the tournament earned him the Golden Boot as the top goal scorer of the World Cup, the first England player to win the award since Gary Lineker became the first to do so in the 1986 tournament. The September international break saw the introduction of the UEFA Nations League. England's first match was on the 8th of September 2018 against Spain, which Kane captained for the full 90 minutes in a game which saw England lose 2-1. On the 15th of October, England played Spain for the second time in the group, this time running out as 3-2 winners, with Kane assisting 2 of the 3 goals. On the 14th of November, prior to a friendly against the USA, Kane presented Wayne Rooney with England's Golden Boot in recognition of Rooney's 53 England goals, a record that makes him England's all-time goal scorer. Although you probably know that. In an interview following the match, which ended in a 3-0 win for England, Rooney revealed that he wanted Harry Kane to present him the award, as he believed that Kane will one day beat it. 3 days after the US match, Kane captained England in their final Nations League group match against Croatia, as the Three Lions won 2-1. Kane first assisted Jesse Lingard's equaliser, then scored the winning goal, which saw England top the group and qualify for the finals in June 2019. In the qualifying round of UEFA Euro 2020, Kane captained the 1,000th match played by England and scored a hat-trick against Montenegro. This brought his tally to 31, which placed him 6th in the all-time list of England's top goal scorers, but also made him the highest ever scoring England captain. The 7-0 win also secured England's qualification to UEFA Euro 2020. Kane was in fine form throughout the qualifying process, becoming the first Englishman to score in every game in the qualifying campaign, registering a total of 12 goals, which was a joint most for an England player in a single year. For Wales, I've gone with Gareth Bale. Bale was selected by Wales at the end of the 2005-06 season for a friendly against Trinidad and Tobago on the 27th of March 2006 in the match in Graz in Austria. He replaced David Vaughan after 55 minutes and assisted Robert Earnshaw's winning goal in a 2-1 victory. At 16 years and 315 days, Bale became the youngest player to play for Wales, breaking a record held by Lewin Nyantanga, who set that 3 months earlier. This record was itself superseded by Harry Wilson in November 2012. Wales youth guru Brian Flynn commented that Bale was potentially a future star of the game, comparing his technical ability to that of Ryan Giggs. On the 7th of October 2006, Bale became the youngest player ever to score a goal for the senior national team in the Euro 2008 qualification match against Slovakia with a free kick. Bale was eligible to play for England through his grandmother, but he stated in 2016, "I wouldn't care if I never qualified, I would never play for England." After a long injury layoff, he returned and started in the World Cup qualifier against Finland on the 10th of October 2009. On the 14th of October, he played a part in Wales' final World Cup qualifier by setting up David Vaughan to score the opening goal against Liechtenstein and won the free kick that led to the second, Aaron Ramsey's first at senior level. In December 2010, Bale was awarded the BBC Cymru Sports Personality of the Year trophy. On the 12th of October 2012, Bale scored both goals for Wales in a 2-1 victory over Scotland in the 2014 World Cup qualifier. On the 9th of September 2014, Bale scored 2 goals, one with a header and another with a free kick, as Wales beat Andorra 2-1 in their first match of the UEFA Euros 2016 qualifying campaign. In doing so, he became Wales' joint 10th all-time top goal scorer with 14 goals alongside John Hartson. Bale scored 2 goals on the 28th of March 2015 in a 3-0 away win in Israel. On the 12th of June, his 50th cap, he scored the only goal to defeat Belgium in a home qualifier, taking Wales above the Belgians to the top of Group B. He headed Jazz Richards' cross on the 3rd of September in a 1-0 away win over Cyprus, putting Wales 3 points away from qualification. With qualification to the UEFA Euros 2016 achieved, this was the country's first major final since the 1958 FIFA World Cup. On the 13th of October 2015, Bale scored his 7th goal of a qualifying campaign in Wales' final qualifier against Andorra at the Cardiff City Stadium. On the 11th of June, Bale scored the first goal in Wales' clash with Slovakia in their opening game of the UEFA Euros 2016 from a free kick, helping his country secure a 2-1 win, and in the process lead them to their first win in a tournament in 58 years. His goal saw him become the first Welsh player to score a major international tournament since Terry Medwin's goal against Hungary in the 1958 FIFA World Cup. He then followed this up by scoring another opening free kick goal against England in the second group game, though Wales went on to lose the game at 2-1. This made Bale the first player to score 2 free kicks at the European Championship since Germany's Thomas Hassler, I think that's how you pronounce it, in 1992. Bale scored his 3rd goal of the tournament in a 3-0 win over Russia, making him their all-time top goal scorer in a major tournament, ahead of Ivor Alchurch, who scored twice in the 1958 World Cup. He also helped to create the second goal of the match, which was scored by Neil Taylor. In the last 16 against Northern Ireland at the Parc des Princes, Bale sent in a cross from which Gareth Macaulay scored an own goal to give the Welsh the victory. Wales were eliminated following a 2-0 defeat to eventual champions Portugal in the semi-final of the tournament on the 6th of July. On the 5th of September 2016, Bale scored twice in a 4-0 win over Moldova in the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualification game. This brought him to 24 international goals, surpassing both Ivor Alchurch and Trevor Ford, and behind only Ian Rush's 28. On the 22nd of March 2018, with 29 goals, Bale became Wales' all-time top goal scorer, surpassing Ian Rush's 28, thanks to his first hat-trick in his international career in the 2018 China Cup match against China. Bale, who met the Ayush Cup criteria to play in the 2012 London Olympics, said in May 2011, "I want to play in the Olympics for Great Britain Olympic football team," in defiance of the FAW. On the 28th of October 2011, Bale became the first player to be photographed modelling for British 2012 London Olympics football supporters shirt. In response, FAW Chief Executive Jonathan Ford said, "Our position remains unchanged. We are not for Team GB. Gareth can make his own choices and make his own decisions, but we are not going to stop anyone playing." On behalf of Bale, the spokesman said, "While he is 100% Welsh, he is also British." At the end of June 2012, Bale pulled out of the tournament with a back injury. On the 29th of June, he advised the Team GB football manager Stuart Pearce that he would not be available for selection, as he had aggravated an old back and hip injury during a training run. In view of the short recovery time between the end of the Olympics and the start of the Premier League season, Bale had decided to withdraw rather than to exacerbate the problem. Bale recovered from his injury in good time to be included on the Spurs pre-season tour of the United States, scoring against LA Galaxy on the 24th of July and against New York Red Bulls a week later. Between these matches, Bale also played against Liverpool when he was injured in a tackle by Charlie Adam. Bale's appearances in Spurs pre-season tour coincided with the Team GB Olympic matches, where they drew with Senegal before victories over United Arab Emirates and Uruguay took them to the knockout stages, where they lost to South Korea following a penalty shootout. Bale's withdrawal from the Team GB squad attracted calls for sanctions against him, including a ban from the rest of the Spurs pre-season tour, but in the absence of the official complaint by Team GB, these were not carried out. Spurs manager Andre Villas-Boas defended the player, insisting that Bale had recovered quicker than expected. The club's stance was supported by the British Olympic Association chairman, Lord Moynihan. I've never heard of him before. Tottenham released a statement in relation to Bale's non-selection for Team GB, and they state that Gareth sustained an injury as he built up his fitness ahead of joining up with Stuart Pearce's side. MRI scan reports were sent to the FA medical team on the 29th of June 2012. He was subsequently not selected on the basis of this injury and the inability to predict recovery time. This decision was not taken lightly and made only after consultation with the Team GB's medical team, who were in agreement after seeing the medical reports. Northern Ireland, I've gone with Jamal Lewis. Though born in England, Lewis is eligible for Northern Ireland through his Belfast-born mother. He first represented the country in 2016, making 3 appearances for the under-19s team. In June 2017, he was called up to the under-21s team, and he made his under-21s debut against Estonia. In March 2018, he was called up to the Northern Ireland senior squad for the first time. He made his senior international debut in a 2-1 friendly win over South Korea on the 24th of March 2018. For Ireland, I've gone with Matt Doherty. Doherty played for Republic of Ireland national under-19s football team in May 2012. He was put on standby for the under-21s. Doherty received his first call-up to the senior Republic of Ireland squad on the 11th of March 2016 for Ireland's friendlies against Switzerland and Slovakia. He made his senior debut on the 23rd of March 2018 in a 1-0 defeat to Turkey, coming on as a substitute for captain Seamus Coleman. He featured in Ireland's starting 11 for the first time in the Republic UEFA Nations League match with Denmark in Dublin on the 13th of October 2018, just days after becoming only the 4th Republic of Ireland player in the history of the Premier League to win the Professional Footballers Association Fans Premier League Player of the Month award. So I'm saying that really quickly 3 times over. On the 16th of November 2020, the Football Association of Ireland announced that Doherty had tested positive for COVID-19 after playing a full game against Wales at the Cardiff City Stadium. The announcement also included James McLean's positive result. Doherty was eligible though to play for the Netherlands as his mother is Dutch. Speaking of the Netherlands, let's go on to them with Virgil van Dijk. No, he's injured at the moment, but he's still their greatest player. Van Dijk made his full international debut for the Netherlands on the 10th of October 2015 in a 2-1 victory away from home against Kazakhstan in UEFA Euros 2016 qualifier. He was awarded the captaincy of his country by manager Ronald Koeman on the 22nd of March 2018, and his first match as captain was a 1-0 home friendly defeat by England the next day. On the 26th of March, he scored his first international goal to conclude a 3-0 win over European champions Portugal at the Stade de Geneva. On the 13th of October, he scored in a 3-0 win over 2014 World Cup champions Germany in a UEFA Nations League. More importantly, he scored the equaliser in the next match with Germany after assistant coach Dwight Lodwiges sent him a small piece of paper note which during a break with a request to play forward in the last minutes of the game. The goal enabled the Netherlands to win the group phase of the Nations League. For Belgium, I've gone with Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne was capped by Belgium at under-18s, under-19s and under-21s level. He made his debut for the Belgium senior team on the 11th of August 2010 in an international friendly against Finland in Turku. The game ended in a 1-0 loss for Belgium. Before making his full debut for Belgium's senior side, De Bruyne was eligible to play for Burundi, his mother's birthplace. De Bruyne became a regular member of Belgium's team during the 2014 FIFA World Cup qualification campaign, where he scored 4 goals as the Red Devils qualified for their first major tournament in 12 years. On the 13th of May 2014, he was named in Belgium's squad for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. In their first game of the tournament against Algeria in Belo Horizonte, De Bruyne assisted Marione Fellaini's equaliser and was named man of the match by FIFA. In the round of 16, De Bruyne scored Belgium's opening goal in the 3rd minute of extra time as they defeated the United States 2-1. On the 10th of October 2014, De Bruyne scored twice in a 6-0 thrashing of Andorra in UEFA Euro 2016 qualifying, and equaling the team's record victory in a European qualifier set in 1986. On the 3rd of September 2015, De Bruyne scored in a 3-1 win over Bosnia and Herzegovina. On the 10th of October 2015, De Bruyne scored in a 4-1 win over Andorra, which secured Belgium's place at the UEFA Euro 2016 finals. 3 days later, he scored in a 3-1 win over Israel, securing Belgium a top spot in the group. On the 31st of May 2016, De Bruyne was selected for Belgium's final 23-man squad for the UEFA Euro 2016. On the 18th of June 2016, De Bruyne was praised for his performance in Belgium's 3-0 win over Republic of Ireland. On the 26th of June 2016, De Bruyne was voted BBC Man of the Match for his performance in a 4-0 win over Hungary in the round of 16, where he provided 2 assists. De Bruyne was selected for Belgium's final 23-man squad for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. On the 18th of June, in the opening game against debutants Panama, De Bruyne provided an assist for Romelu Lukaku in an eventual 3-0 win. On the 6th of July, he scored the second goal of the match in a 2-1 quarter-final victory over Brazil and was named the man of the match. In the semi-finals, Belgium were defeated 1-0 by eventual champions France. On the 14th of July, Belgium defeated England 2-0 in the 3rd place playoff. Luxembourg, I've gone with Leandro Barreiro, or Barreiro, I don't know even know. Barreiro was born in Luxembourg and is of Angolan descent. Barreiro made his international debut for Luxembourg national team in a 1-0 friendly win against Malta on the 22nd of March 2018. For Germany, I've gone with Joshua Kimmich. On the 17th of May 2016, Kimmich was named in Germany's preliminary 27-man squad for the UEFA Euro 2016. On the 31st of May 2016, he was named in the final 23-man squad and was given the shirt number 21. On the 21st of June 2016, Kimmich was selected to start for Germany in their final Group C match against Northern Ireland, replacing Benedict Hauedes at right back. Kimmich remained Germany's first choice right back as they reached the semi-finals and was named in the UEFA's team of the tournament. On the 4th of September 2016, Kimmich scored his first goal for the German national team in a 3-0 victory over Norway during the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualification. On the 17th of May 2017, Kimmich was included in Joachim Löw's Germany squad for the 2017 FIFA Confederations Cup. He started in all 5 of his team's matches of the tournament, registering 2 assists as Germany won its first Confederations Cup title. On the 6th of June 2017, Kimmich scored from a stunning overhead kick in a friendly against Denmark in the 88th minute of the game, which helped Germany to grab their late equaliser against Denmark as the match ended up 1-1. On the 4th of June 2018, Kimmich was selected for Germany's final 23-man squad by Joachim Löw for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. On the 17th of June 2018, Kimmich made his World Cup debut against Mexico in their opening match, but the game ended in a 1-0 loss for Germany. On the 6th of September 2018, Kimmich started Germany's UEFA Nations League opener against France, playing as a defensive midfielder for the first time in 18 months. Speaking of France, we'll go up to there, and I've got Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe kept a fine debut senior season at Monaco by scoring 5 times for France, as they won the 2016 UEFA European Under-19s Championship. The striker almost single-handedly secured their spot in the final with a sparkling performance in their 3-1 victory over Portugal in the semi-finals. Mbappe was called up to the senior France squad for the first time to face Luxembourg and Spain in March 2017. He made his debut on the 25th of March against the former side, coming on for Dimitri Payet in the 78th minute of a 3-1 2018 FIFA World Cup qualification away win. In doing so, he became the second youngest player ever, only behind Marjan Wisniewski. That is definitely how you pronounce that. I don't know how you pronounce that, I'm sorry. To feature for France at 18 years, 3 months and 5 days old. On the 31st of August 2017, Mbappe scored his first senior international goal in the 2018 World Cup qualification match against the Netherlands. He scored twice against Russia in a friendly in March 2018. On the 17th of May 2018, Mbappe was called up to the France squad for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. On the 21st of June 2018, he scored his first World Cup goal in France's 1-0 Group C win over Peru. This made him the youngest French goalscorer in World Cup history at the age of 19. On the 30th of June 2018, he was named man of the match in a 4-3 win over Argentina, scoring twice and suffering a foul in the box, which resulted in Antoine Griezmann opening the score from a penalty kick. Mbappe was the second teenager to score 2 goals in a World Cup match, after Pelé did in 1958. In a post-match press conference, Mbappe stated, "It's flattering to be the second one after Pelé, but let's put things into context. Pelé is in another category." On the 15th of July, Mbappe scored with a 25-yard strike against Croatia in the 2018 World Cup final. With France winning 4-2, he became the second teenager after Pelé to score in a World Cup final. And with 4 goals in the tournament, he received the FIFA World Cup Best Young Player award. Pelé congratulated him on social media and stated, "Welcome to the club." On the 11th of June 2019, Mbappe scored his 100th career goal in a 4-0 away win over Andorra in Euros 2020 qualifying. On the 5th of September 2020, Mbappe scored the only goal for France in a 1-0 UEFA Nations League win against Sweden. However, 2 days after the game, he tested positive for COVID-19. He made his return to play for France in a 7-1 victory against Ukraine on the 7th of October 2020, a match in which he scored a goal and assisted another. 1 week later, he scored the match-winning goal in a 2-1 win against Croatia. For Andorra, I've gone with Marc Valles. After representing Andorra at youth level, Valles won his first cap with the full side on the 26th of March 2008, 1 month shy of his 18th birthday, playing 1 minute in a 3-0 friendly home loss to Latvia. He went on to appear in more than 60 internationals. Valles scored his first goal on the 11th of October 2019 as the host defeated 10-man at Moldova 1-0 in the UEFA Euro 2020 qualifiers. For Spain, you might find this one a bit strange. I've gone with Ansu Fati. Fati was originally eligible to represent Guinea-Bissau at international level, but did not represent the nation of his birth at any level. After his debut in La Liga, the Royal Spanish Football Federation showed interest in him, and Diario AS reported that the Spanish government had set its sights on granting Fati citizenship with a view to including him in the squad for the 2019 FIFA Under-17s World Cup. He was reportedly eligible for a Portuguese passport for his grandparents' birth in colonial Portuguese Guinea. Fati was granted Spanish citizenship on the 20th of September 2019, renouncing his Bissau-Guinean citizenship. He was called up to the Spanish Under-21s team on the 11th of October 2019, following an injury to Carlos Perez. Fati made his debut for the Spanish Under-21s team on the 15th of October 2019 against Montenegro. Fati received his first call-up to the full Spain squad on the 20th of August 2020 for the initial 2 matches of the 2020-21 UEFA Nations League. He made his full international debut on the 3rd of September 2020, coming off the bench for the second 45 minutes in a 1-1 draw to Germany. He scored his first goal in his first international start on the 6th of September 2020, scoring Spain's third goal against Ukraine to be the national team's youngest ever goal scorer at the age of 17 years and 311 days, hence breaking the 95-year record of Juan Arratikian, aged 18 years and 344 days. He also became the youngest player to start a match in the UEFA Nations League, breaking the previous record of Welsh player Ethan Ampadu in 2018, who was aged 17 and 357 days. He is widely regarded as the future of Spanish football, along with his FC Barcelona teammate Pedri. For Portugal, I've not gone with Ronaldo, because I think Ronaldo's slightly past it now, and I think it's time to pass the torch on Portuguese football. I've gone with João Felix. On the 14th of June 2017, Felix began his international career with Portugal's under-18s team, debuting against Norway, replacing Alves Balde in the 58th minute. In this friendly match, Felix scored 2 goals in a 3-0 victory in Lisbon. On the 10th of October 2017, Felix debuted for Portugal's under-21s team for the qualification of the 2019 UEFA European Under-21s Championship in a 3-1 defeat against Bosnia and Herzegovina, replacing Zadas in a 56th minute. On the 15th of January 2018, Felix debuted for Portugal's under-19s team as a 27th minute substitute for an injured Jorge Teixeira in a 2-1 win over Turkey. On the 23rd of March 2018, Felix scored his first international goal for Portugal's under-21s team in a 7-0 thrashing of Liechtenstein. In the end of the qualification process, he had scored 4 goals, helping Portugal to the playoffs. In the first leg of the playoffs, Portugal faced Poland in a 1-0 away victory, but eventually lost the second leg in a 3-1 home defeat, failing to qualify for the tournament. During his international youth career, Felix would go on to represent the under-18s, under-19s and under-21s team, amassing 14 youth caps and scoring 6 goals overall. On the 15th of March 2019, manager Fernando Santos called up Felix to the senior team for the first time, ahead of opening UEFA Euro 2020 qualifying matches. During training with the national squad, Felix injured his foot and thus missed out on Portugal's match against Serbia on the 25th of March. Felix was also selected for the 2019 UEFA Nations League finals squad on home soil. He made his international debut for the senior team on the 5th of June against Switzerland in the semi-finals, where he was substituted in the 71st minute of a 3-1 win. 4 days later, Portugal defeated Netherlands 1-0 in the tournament's final. He scored his first international goal on the 5th of September 2020 in a 4-1 home win over Croatia in the UEFA Nations League. For Gibraltar, I've gone with Scott Wiseman. Wiseman has also represented England at under-20s level in the Toulon tournament, a competition which saw then Hull City and England under-21s manager Peter Taylor take charge of the England team. Wiseman called up by Gibraltar national football team for the first time on the 19th of November 2013, after it was revealed he was eligible to play for the national team through his mother. Wiseman made his debut for Gibraltar in their first UEFA match on the 19th of November 2013, a 0-0 draw against Slovakia. This was Gibraltar's first game since being admitted to UEFA. Wiseman started in Gibraltar's World Cup qualifying match against Greece on the 6th of September 2016. He assisted Liam Walker to score Gibraltar's first ever goal in a World Cup qualifier in the 26th minute and equalised 1-1. However, in the 44th minute, Wiseman unfortunately scored an own goal to give the Greece the lead back. Greece then followed up with 2 quick-fire goals before half-time and won the match 4-1. For Italy, I've gone with... Sorry, I'm just a bit thirsty. Marco Verratti. The uncapped Verratti was included in Cesare Prandelli's preliminary 32-man Italy squad for the UEFA Euros 2012, being one of only 2 Serie B players, the other being Torino's Angelo Ogbonna, to be part of it. He was subsequently cut from the squad, though, on the 28th of May 2018. On the 15th of August 2012, 2012, sorry. On the 15th of August 2012, Verratti made his debut with the Italian senior team in a 2-1 friendly loss against England, held in Bern. He subsequently made his first competitive appearance in the 2014 FIFA World Cup qualification, appearing as a second-half substitute for Emanuele Giagiarini in a 2-2 draw against Bulgaria on the 7th of September. On the 6th of February 2013, Verratti scored his first international goal in a friendly against the Netherlands in Amsterdam, a 91st minute equaliser that made the final score 1-1. He took part with Italy's under-21 side at the 2013 UEFA European Under-21s Championship, where the Azzurrini finished up as runners-up to Spain. His performances saw him included in UEFA's All-Star squad for this tournament. On the 1st of June 2014, Verratti was selected in Italy's 23-man squad for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. In Italy's opening match of the tournament, he made his first competitive start for the Azzurri on the left side of a midfield diamond with Juventus players Andrea Pirlo and Claudio Marchisio and Roma vice-captain Daniele De Rossi in his team's opening game of the tournament, a 2-1 victory over England in Manaus. During the match, he was involved in Marchisio's opening goal after receiving Antonio Candreva's short corner. He passed the ball out wide towards Pirlo, who drew his marker with him. Pirlo let the ball pass between his legs to Marchisio, leaving him with space to score with a low drive from outside the area. However, Verratti did not appear in Italy's second group match, a 1-0 defeat against Costa Rica. He started in Italy's final group match against Uruguay, which also ended in a 1-0 loss, and as a result, Italy were eliminated in the first round of the tournament. On the 6th of May 2016, it was confirmed Verratti would miss Euros 2016 after a long-lasting injury from a sports hernia, which would require surgery on the 16th of May, sidelining him for 2 months. Upon recovering from his injury, Verratti returned to the team under Italy's new manager Gian Piero Ventura for an international friendly match against France in Bari on the 1st of September, making a substitute appearance in the Azzurri's 3-1 loss. On the 26th of March 2019, Verratti scored his second international goal in a 6-0 home win over Liechtenstein in a UEFA Euro 2020 qualifying match. For San Marino, I've gone with Filippo Berardi. Berardi represented San Marino in various youth football teams. Berardi made his first appearance for the San Marino national football team in 2018 World Cup qualifying 1-0 loss to Azerbaijan. He scored his first international goal in a 3-1 loss to Kazakhstan during a qualifying match for Euros 2020. For Malta, I've gone with Teddy Tuima. Born in France, Tuima is of Maltese descent and holds a Maltese passport. On the 28th of August 2020, Tuima received a first call-up to Malta's national football team. For Switzerland, I've gone with Denis Zakaria. Zakaria played for various Swiss youth national football teams. He made his debut for the senior Switzerland national football team in a friendly 2-1 loss to Belgium on the 28th of May 2016. He was part of the squad for the 2016 European Championships. He was included in Switzerland national football team 23-man squad for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. In May 2019, he played in 2019 UEFA Nations League finals, where his team finished 4th. For Liechtenstein, I've gone with Noah Frick. Frick made his international debut for Liechtenstein on the 23rd of March 2019, coming on as a substitute for Nicolas Hasler in the 86th minute of the UEFA Euro 2020 qualifying home match against Greece, which finished as a 2-0 loss. In June 2019, Frick scored for Liechtenstein's under-21s in their first ever competitive victory as they beat Azerbaijan in the 2021 UEFA Euro qualifying, ending a run of 59 straight defeats. For Austria, I've gone with David Alaba. Alaba played for Austria at under-17s, under-19s and under-21s level. In October 2009, he was called up to the senior Austria national team for a match against France. He made his debut in this game, making him the youngest player in the history of the Austrian national team. He scored his first goal for Austria on the 16th of October 2012 in a World Cup qualifying game at home to Kazakhstan, where Austria were 4-0 winners. At the age of just 19, Alaba won the prestigious vote for Austrian Footballer of the Year in 2011. In the poll organised by APA, or the Austrian Press Agency, among the coaches of the 10 Austrian Bundesliga clubs, Alaba finished top on 21 points, just ahead of Austria Vienna's Dutch star Nasser Bouzid of 20 points, and VfB Stuttgart's Martin Harnik. In December 2012, he received the award for the second consecutive year. On the 10th of September 2013, Alaba scored the only goal of the game against Ireland in the 84th minute to give Austria a 1-0. He scored the final goal in Austria's 3-0 win in the qualification match against the Faroe Islands. Alaba ended the 2014 FIFA World Cup qualification campaign as Austria's top goal scorer with 6 goals. He scored a 9th minute Panenka-style penalty kick on the 8th of September 2015 to open a 4-1 away win over Sweden at the Friends Arena in Solna. The result qualified Austria for the UEFA Euros 2016, their first successful qualification campaign for the Continental Championship. Alaba played in all 3 matches, as Austria finished last in their group with 1 point. On the 24th of March 2017, he captained Austria for the first time in a 2018 World Cup qualification game against Moldova in a 2-0 victory, deputising in the absence of suspended captain Julian Baumgartlinger. Alaba played in 8 matches as Austria failed to qualify for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. For Slovenia, I think this one's fairly obvious. I've gone with Jan Oblak. Oblak was first called by the Slovenia under-21s team in August 2009, replacing the injured Jan Koprivec. He made his debut on the 9th of September of that year against France. On the 11th of September 2012, Oblak made his first appearance for the senior side, starting in a 2-1 away loss against Norway for the 2014 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. He became the first goalkeeper of the national team after the international retirement of Samir Handanovic at the end of 2015. However, he took a break from his international duties during the 2018-19 UEFA Nations League due to an arm injury he had been battling at the time. On the 6th of September 2019, Oblak captained Slovenia for the first time. For Croatia, I've gone with Mateo Kovacic. Kovacic appeared for the Croatian national team at various youth levels, debuting in May 2008 in an under-14s friendly match against Slovakia. Since 2011, he was a regular member of the Croatia under-19s and under-21s teams. In August 2012, Kovacic received his first competitive call-up for a Croatian senior team match against Switzerland, but he did not play because of injury. Subsequently, he received a call-up for the 2014 FIFA World Cup qualification matches in March 2013. He made his senior debut in a qualification match against Serbia on the 22nd of March 2013, playing as a central midfielder alongside Luka Modric. Instead of a regular team starter, Ognjen Vukovic, I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce his name, sorry. 4 days later, he played against Wales at the Liberty Stadium, coming on as a second-half substitute in a 2-1 win. His third match of the campaign came in June, when Croatia faced Scotland in Zagreb, and suffered a frustrating defeat, as they were unable to score despite a string of good chances. By the end of the qualifiers, Kovacic made 2 more competitive appearances for Croatia, as Croatia scraped into the FIFA World Cup playoffs, having taken only 1 point from their last 4 qualifiers. Although he didn't participate in the scoreless first leg of the playoff against Iceland in Reykjavik, Kovacic started the second and decisive leg between the 2 national teams in Zagreb, making an assist for the team's second goal as they reached the 2014 FIFA World Cup finals 2-0 on aggregate. On the 2nd of June 2014, Kovacic was confirmed as a member of Croatia's 2014 FIFA World Cup squad. He was in Croatia's starting team for the opening game of the tournament, a 3-1 defeat to World Cup host Brazil at the Arena Corinthians, Sao Paulo, where he played for his team for 60 minutes before being substituted. He went to play all the remaining games in the group stage, as Croatia were eliminated in the group stage. On the 7th of June 2015, he scored his first international goal in a 4-0 victory over Gibraltar, coming in his 20th appearance for the team. On the 4th of June, 2018, Kovacic was selected in a Croatia 23-man squad for the 2018 FIFA World Cup. On the 22nd of June, Kovacic provided an assist to his teammate Ivan Rakitic as he scored Croatia's third goal in a 3-0 win over Argentina in their second group stage match of the tournament. Croatia was beaten 4-2 by France in the final on the 15th of July. Kovacic appeared in Croatia's Nations League matches against Spain away and England at home, that ended up as a 6-0 defeat and a goalless draw, respectively. He featured throughout Croatia's successful Euro 2020 qualifying campaign as they finished top of a group, in a 2-1 win over Wales in Osijek on the 8th of June 2019. He scored what would have been a goal for 2-0. However, it was allowed as Andrej Kramaric was in an offside position. In a return leg on the 13th of October, in the build-up to the Wales goal, Kovacic was controversially injured by Ben Davies as the match ended up as a 1-1 draw. During the 2020-21 Nations League, Kovacic was heavily criticised for his inefficiency in the national team, especially after making an error that led to Dejan Kulusevski's opening goal in Croatia's crucial match against Sweden on the 14th of November 2020, but eventually finished as a 2-1 defeat. However, 3 days later, he scored a brace in a 3-2 defeat to Portugal, which eventually saved Croatia from relegating to League B, as they achieved better goal difference than Sweden. For Belarus, I've gone with Alexander Martinovic. Martinovic was part of the Belarus under-21 squad that participated in the 2009 UEFA European Under-21s Football Championship and played as a starter in a 5-1 loss against Sweden's under-21s, during which he scored an unfortunate own goal. He has been capped for Belarus national team since November 2009, receiving his first call-up during the Bernd Stange's tenure as coach. On the 17th of November 2010, Martinovic scored his only 2 goals for the team in a 4-0 away win against Oman in a friendly match. In March 2015, he succeeded Timofey Kalashev as the captain of the national team. For Estonia, I've gone with Karel Metz. Metz has represented Estonia at under-17s, under-18s, under-19s and under-21s levels. He was named in Estonia's under-19 squad for the 2012 UEFA European Under-19s Championship in Estonia. Metz played in every group stage match, but failed to help the team progress to the semi-finals, as Estonia lost all 3 matches against Portugal, Greece and Spain. Metz made his senior international debut for Estonia on the 19th of November 2013 in a 3-0 away victory over Liechtenstein in a friendly. Latvia, I've gone with Robert Uldrikis. Uldrikis made his Latvia national team football team debut on the 12th of June 2017 in a friendly game against Estonia. He's since made 14 appearances, scoring once against Azerbaijan in a friendly 3-1 away game on the 9th of June 2018, of which was the sole goal for Latvia. Lithuania, I've gone with Giedrius Arlovskis. In August 2008, Arlovskis' performance in Romania led to him being called up by Lithuania for the first time. Arlovskis made his national team debut as a substitute against Moldova in a friendly game on the 19th of November 2008. He joined the game in the 46th minute and conceded a goal after 67 minutes as Lithuania drew with Moldova 1-1. After playing 2 more caps as a substitute, his first competitive game then came on the 18th of June 2010 when Lithuania played a goalless draw with Latvia in the Baltic Cup. For Poland, I think it's fairly obvious I'm going to go with Robert Lewandowski. Lewandowski made 3 appearances for Poland's under-21s team in friendly matches against England, Belarus and Finland. His debut for the senior national team came on the 10th of September 2008, 3 weeks after his 20th birthday, against San Marino, where he came on as a substitute and scored a goal in a 2-0 away win in the 2010 FIFA World Cup qualification. Only Volodymyr Lubanski, I don't know how you pronounce this, scored a goal on his debut for the national team at a younger age than Lewandowski. Having been 16 at the time, Lewandowski scored another qualifying goal against the same team on the 1st of April 2009 in a 10-0 victory. Playing in Warsaw in the opening match of the UEFA 2012 Euros tournament against Greece, Lewandowski scored the first goal of the competition after an assist from then Dortmund teammate Jakub Blaszczykowski and was named man of the match. He played in all 3 games for Poland in the tournament, as the co-hosts crashed out of the group stage with 2 points earned. Lewandowski scored 2 penalties in the 5-0 win against San Marino on the 26th of March 2013 during the 2014 World Cup qualifying campaign. His first match as captain. Late on in the campaign, on the 6th of September, he scored the equaliser against Montenegro in a 1-1 home draw. Poland did not qualify for the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, though. On the 7th of September 2014, in Poland's first UEFA Euro 2016 qualifier, away against Gibraltar, Lewandowski scored his first international hat-trick, netting 4 goals in a 7-0 win. On the 13th of June 2015, he scored another hat-trick in Poland's 4-0 defeat of Georgia, with 3 goals scored within the space of 4 minutes. On the 8th of October, he scored twice in a 2-2 draw away to Scotland, opening and equalising with the last kick of the game to eliminate the hosts. 3 days later, he headed the winner in a 2-1 victory against the Republic of Ireland, qualifying Poland for the tournament finals in France. Lewandowski ended the campaign with 13 goals, a joint European Championships qualifying record with David Healy's tally for Northern Ireland in the UEFA Euros 2008 qualifying. At UEFA Euros 2016 in France, Lewandowski did not have a shot on target until the last 16 match against Switzerland in Saint-Etienne. Following the 1-1 draw, he scored his team's final attempt in the penalty shootout victory that sent them to the quarterfinals for the first time. In the 102nd of the quarterfinals against Portugal at the Stade Velodrome, he finished Kamil Grosicki's cross to open another 1-1 draw, and again scored in the shootout, although the Poles lost. At the time of Poland's exit, Lewandowski had suffered more fouls than any other player in the tournament. On the 5th of October 2017, Lewandowski scored a hat-trick in a 6-1 win over Armenia to take his tally to 50 goals for Poland, surpassing the previous record of 48 goals set by Volodymyr Lubanski to become the all-time top goal scorer for Poland. On the 8th of October 2017, Lewandowski scored a goal in a 4-2 win over Montenegro, taking his tally to 51 goals for Poland. He finished the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualification campaign with 16 goals, a record for a European World Cup qualifier. Lewandowski was called up to a 23-man Polish squad for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. Lewandowski played every minute in all 3 matches against Senegal, Colombia and Japan. Lewandowski did not score a goal as Poland failed to qualify for the knockout phases. For Czechia, I've gone with Tomáš Souček. After representing the Czech Republic in several youth categories, he made his debut for the senior side on the 15th of November 2016 in a friendly match against Denmark. He made his competitive debut on the 10th of June 2017 in a Czech Republic's 1-1 away draw against Norway in the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. He appeared in all 3 matches of the Czech Republic under-21s team on the 2017 UEFA under-21s Championship. For Slovakia, I've gone with Milan Skriniar. Skriniar represented various Slovak youth teams and made his debut for the Slovakia senior squad in a friendly 3-1 win over Georgia on the 27th of May 2016. By the end of the year, he was part of a number of of a number of different games and became a notable part of the squad in the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualification, usually playing as a defensive midfielder. After the international retirement of Jan Durica in November 2017, Skriniar took his place as a centre-back partner to Martin Skrtel in the national team, even directing the Slovak defence in Skrtel's absence. For example, in a double fixture against the Netherlands and Morocco, despite his relatively young age, compared to experienced side-backs Peter Pakarik and Thomas Huberkan. Skriniar was nominated for a double fixture against the Czech Republic and Sweden on the 13th and 16th of October 2018, respectively, and Skriniar played throughout each entire game, but was involved in a controversy that had led to the resignation of Jan Kozak, then Slovakia's longest-serving and most successful coach, who introduced Skriniar to the national team in 2016. Skriniar violated the code of conduct of a national team player, along with Martin Dubravka, Michael Suller, Norbert Goyamba, Lubomir Satka, Vladimir Weiss, and Stanislav Lobetka on the night of the 13th October 2018, after a loss in Slovakia's second UEFA Nations League fixture and a derby match against the Czech Republic of a 2-1. They left the hotel and went out, missed the bedtime, and violated the wellness policy regarding regeneration and rehabilitation. They were originally noticed by Jan Kozak at about midnight, admitting to the incident and apologising the next day. Jan Kozak resigned from the national team in the afternoon of the 14th of October, revealing the details of the decision in a press conference on the 18th of October. To avoid distractions during the team in the afternoon of the 14th of October, revealing the details of his decision. Sorry, I think I've messed up here. To avoid distractions during the preparation for the fixture against Sweden, that was managed by his former assistant Stefan Tarkovic as on a caretaker basis. Kozak cited his inability to work with the squad under such conditions as the primary reason. As about a third of the squad was involved, including players Kozak described as crucial for the future of Slovak football, with Skriniar among them. The president of SFZ, Jan Kovacic, said that the players will be punished by not receiving any financial rewards for any future nominations and performances in the national team during the upcoming qualification cycle. Only hours before the incident, Skriniar and Lobotka in particular faced criticisms from Kozak during the post-match press conference, who described their performance as poor and commented on the need for these highly valued players worth millions to take responsibility instead of relying on other more experienced players like Martin Skrtel and Marek Hamzik. On the 19th of October, SFZ published a common statement of Skriniar and Lobotka, accepting Kozak's criticism as normal and justified, although disagreeing with the comments about their value and transfer rumours. They apologised to the fans, the FA and their teammates, although claiming that they understand that no apology is sufficient enough. They also accepted the sanctions and expressed hope for the continued support of the national team. For Hungary, I've gone with Dominik Szabaszlé. Why do I have to choose the hardest names? Szabaszlé was captain of Hungary's under-17s team during the 2017 UEFA European Under-17s Championship in Croatia. He scored 2 goals and his team finished 6th in this tournament. He was also captain of Hungary Under-19s team during the 2019 UEFA European Under-19s Championship campaign. He made his debut for the Under-21s team against Germany Under-21s on the 1st of September 2017. He received his first call-up to the senior Hungary squad for the friendly match against Russia and the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualification against Andorra in June 2019. He made his debut for the senior squad on the 21st March 2019 in the Euro 2020 qualifier against Slovakia as a 54th minute substitute for Laszlo Klinzheisler. He scored his first international goal against the same opponent, Slovakia, in the same UEFA Euro 2020 run in a free kick at home. He scored in yet another free kick in the 2020-21 UEFA Nations League B against Turkey, where Hungary emerged victorious in a 1-0 away against Turkey in Sivas. In the UEFA Euro 2020 qualifying playoffs game against Iceland, he scored a last-minute winner to send Hungary into Euros 2020. For Ukraine, I've gone with Viktor Tisyankov. Tisyankov got his first call-up to the senior Ukraine side for the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Turkey and Kosovo in October 2016. He first saw the pitch in Ukraine's World Cup qualifying match against Finland that November, coming on in the 83rd minute. For Moldova, I've gone with Artur Ionita. Ionita made his debut appearance for Moldova in 2009 in the 2010 FIFA World Cup qualification match against Switzerland. Moldova lost match 2-0, and he scored his first international goal during the 5-2 win in Podgorica against Montenegro, and then scored again in a 1-1 home draw to Lithuania. Between 2009 and 2012, Ionita played for the under-21s team of Moldova. For Georgia, I've gone with Khavicha Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia made his debut for Georgia's national team on the 7th of June 2019 in a Euro 2020 qualifier against Gibraltar as a starter. On the 14th of October 2020, he scored his first goal in a 1-1 UEFA Nations League draw to North Macedonia. For Azerbaijan, I've gone with Karakareyev. He currently plays for the Azerbaijan Premier League side FK Karabag. That is a lot of Karas. And was voted Azerbaijani Footballer of the Year in 2014. He's made 56 appearances for Azerbaijan. For Armenia, I've gone with Henrik Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan debuted for the Armenia national team in an away friendly match against Panama on the 14th of January 2007. He scored 6 goals for Armenia in the UEFA Euro 2012 qualifying Group B, thus becoming top goal scorer in that group. Although Armenia did not advance past the qualifying stage for the UEFA Euros 2012. Mkhitaryan's performances landed him in the UEFA Euro 2012 qualifying dream team with 6 goals. On the 10th of September 2013, in the absence of regular skipper goalkeeper Roman Berezovsky, Mkhitaryan captained his country for the first time, as they lost 1-0 at home to Denmark in World Cup qualification. He became the top scorer in the history of the Armenian national team after scoring his 12th goal for the national team in a 3-1 defeat to Italy in another qualifier on the 15th of October. This surpassed the 11 scored for the nation by Artur Petrosyan. On the 27th of May 2014, he scored twice in a 4-3 friendly win against the United Arab Emirates at the Stade de la Fontaine in Carouge in Switzerland. 2 years and a day later, he scored Armenia's first international hat-trick in a 7-1 friendly win over Guatemala in Los Angeles. For Serbia, I've gone with Sergej Milinković-Savić. Milinković-Savić represented Serbia at the 2013 UEFA Under-19s Championship, winning the gold medal. He played the full 90 minutes in 4 out of 5 games, including the final match of the competition against France, but Serbia won 1-0. Subsequently, Milinković-Savić appeared at the 2014 UEFA Under-19 Championship, as the team was eliminated in the semi-final by Portugal after penalties. He missed Serbia's last spot kick in the penalty shootout. The following summer, Milinković-Savić was one of Serbia's most influential players at the 2015 FIFA Under-20s World Cup, as the team won the tournament. He appeared in 6 out of 7 games and scored 1 goal against Mali in the group stage. Due to his performances during the tournament, Milinković-Savić was awarded the Bronze Ball. In the summer of 2017, Lazio prevented Milinković-Savić from playing at the 2017 UEFA European Under-21 Championship. In October 2015, Milinković-Savić received his first call-up to the full squad by manager Radovan Krstić for Serbia's UEFA Euros 2016 qualifiers against Albania and Portugal. He remained an unused substitute in both games. In May 2019, Milinkovic-Savic was selected by newly appointed manager Slavljub Muslin for friendly matches against Cyprus, Israel and Russia. However, after failing to receive any playing time in their first 2 games, Milinkovic-Savic left the team in agreement with Muslin, who said that some other players better fit into his tactical formations. On the 30th of October 2017, it was announced that Serbia caretaker manager Mladen Krstajic included Milinkovic-Savic in the squad for friendlies against China and South Korea. In June 2018, he was selected in the Serbian squad for the 2018 World Cup, playing all 3 group stage matches. Milinkovic-Savic scored his first 2 senior international goals on the 8th of October 2020, settling a 2-1 win over Norway in the semi-finals of the Euro 2020 qualifying playoff. For Montenegro, I've gone with Stefan Savic. Savic represented Montenegro at every youth level, including under-17, under-19 and under-21 teams. He made his international debut for the senior team in a friendly match against Northern Ireland on the 11th of August 2010, replacing Milan Jovanovic for the final 15 minutes at the Stadion Podgorica. On the 10th of August 2011, he scored twice in a 3-2 friendly loss to neighbours Albania at the Loro Boriki Stadium in Skopje. For Kosovo, I've gone with Vedat Mariki. On the 15th of October 2013, Mariki made his debut with Albania's under-21s in the 2015 UEFA European Under-21 Championship qualification match against Bosnia and Herzegovina under-21s, after coming on as a substitute at the 46th minute in place of Herolin Shala. In June 2013, Mariki was named as part of the Kosovo's under-21 squad for the 2013 Valais Youth Cup. On the 12th of June 2013, he made his debut with Kosovo's under-21s in the 2013 Valais Youth Club's semi-final against Ghana's under-21s, after being named in the starting lineup and scored the draw goal in the 41st minute. On the 30th of August 2016, Mariki received a call-up from Kosovo for a 2018 FIFA World Cup qualification match against Finland. On the 11th of June 2017, he made his debut starting in a 2018 FIFA World Cup qualification match against Ukraine. On the 10th of September 2019, Mariki provided 2 assists and scored a goal in the 5-3 loss against the England national football team in the 2020 Euros. He is the current top scorer of the Kosovan national football team with 10 goals. For Bosnia and Herzegovina, I've gone with Miralem Pjanic. Due to spending his childhood in Luxembourg, Pjanic became eligible for their national team and began representing the nation's youth sides. He represented Luxembourg in the 2006 European Under-17 Championship, which Luxembourg qualified automatically as hosts. He scored Luxembourg's only goal of the tournament in that same year. He scored 4 goals in a match against Belgium, which ended in a 5-5 draw, before making his decision regarding his national team status. Pjanic was eligible to represent Luxembourg and Bosnia and Herzegovina. In May 2008, during an interview for a Bosnian newspaper, Pjanic stated that he wanted to play for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Eventually, officials in the Football Association of Bosnia and Herzegovina took notice, and Pjanic was called up to the country's under-21s team. However, because Pjanic no longer had a Bosnian passport and needed FIFA approval to switch nationalities, he wasn't allowed to be called up for the senior team. After an 8-month wait and following the involvement of Zeljko Komšić, member of the 3-person presidency of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Pjanic received a Bosnian passport in early 2008. He debuted for Bosnia and Herzegovina on the 20th of August 2008 in the team's 2-1 loss to Bulgaria. On the 3rd of March 2010, he scored his first international goal in Bosnia's 2-1 win over Ghana in Sarajevo. Pjanic was instrumental in Bosnia and Herzegovina's qualification for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, their first major competition, and he was named in the 23-man squad for the tournament. He debuted in the team's opening group match, a narrow defeat to Argentina at the Estadio do Maracana. On the 25th of June, during the final group match against Iran, Pjanic scored a goal, leading to a 3-1 victory to help Bosnia and Herzegovina to their first ever FIFA World Cup win. For North Macedonia, I've gone with Enis Bardi. Bardi, born in Macedonia and ethnic Albanian, was eligible to represent either Macedonia or Albania. Bardi desired to represent Albania, stating, "I do not believe there is an Albanian born in Skopje with Albanian families who will not want to play for Albania." Redi Jupi, who was appointed as scouting manager for the Albanian Football Association, never approached Bardi or respond to Bardi's manager's call-out, with Macedonia showing genuine interest and Bardi viewing the FSHF handling the situation and response as unprofessional, accepted the call for Macedonia. However, Jetmir Salihu, a representative for the FSHF, dismissed Bardi's claim, who unveiled all the messages between him and the player, replying that Bardi was never interested to come to Albania in the first place. He also accused the player of trying to damage the image of the Albanian Football Association, with the aim to be seen as a hero to Albanian people, stating, "Since 2010, I've had hundreds of such cases. Footballers have refused the national team, and at the end they came out with such statements because they want to make the FSHF guilty, so they can win the sympathy of Albanians." Bardi represented Macedonia at under-17, under-19s and under-21s levels before making his full international debut on the 27th of March 2015, coming on as the first-half substitute for Artem Polozani in a 2-1 UEFA Euro 2016 qualifying home loss against Belarus. For Albania, I've gone with Marash Kumbala. Kumbala made his senior debut for the Albanian national football team on the 14th of October 2019 in a 4-0 away win against Moldova in Euros 2020 qualifier. He came on for the Ardian Ismajli in the 89th minute. Romania, I've gone with Razvan Marin. In September 2016, 20-year-old Marin was selected in Romania's senior squad for the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Montenegro. On the 8th of October for the same competition, he earned his first cap and scored a goal in a 5-0 away victory over Armenia. For Bulgaria, I've gone with Anton Nedlakov. In 2011, he was a member of the Bulgaria under-19s team, playing 3 games in the qualifying round of the under-19s European Championship. Nedlakov was called up to the senior Bulgaria team for his friendlies against Portugal and Macedonia in March 2016. On the 6th of September 2016, he made his debut for Bulgaria in a 4-3 2018 World Cup qualifying victory over Luxembourg. For Greece, I've gone with Konstantinos Manolas. Following on a continued stretch of form for Manolas, former Greek national team manager Otto Rahagl called Manolas up for the 30-man provisional World Cup squad for the 2010 FIFA World Cup, though he failed to make the final 23-man squad. Manolas would wait roughly 3 more years before eventually making his international debut against Switzerland in a friendly. Leading up to the 2014 World Cup, Manolas' strong 2013-14 season with Olympiacos earned him a spot in manager Fernando Santos' final 23-man squad for the tournament. He was in Brazil, where the centre-back really caught the attention of a watching world, with a string of imperious displays that carried Greece into the knockout stages of the tournament for the first time in its history. He was named by The Independent as being among the 50 best players of the world, as the Greeks ultimately fell to Costa Rica. On the 9th of June 2017, Manolas and his Roma teammate Edin Dzeko came to blows during an ugly brawl in the World Cup qualifying game between Bosnia-Herzegovina and Greece. The game ended 0-0 and descended into chaos after the final whistle, when numerous players and members of staff clashed. On the 12th of September 2018, Manolas netted his first goal with Greece, leaping over his marker to head a free kick through the goalkeeper's hands in a 2-1 away loss against Hungary for the Nations League. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you all very much enjoyed. I have now finished. I didn't realize how many countries are actually in Europe and stuff. So please subscribe, and I will I'll tell you what's coming up. I've got back with the history of a club, of Cardiff City Football Club, on Thursday, and then on Saturday, when we're approaching the end of the season, club football is still around. So I've decided to go with that, and best player ever, like of all time, to play for your club. So see you whenever.